Hey everyone, and welcome back to VFX Vibe once again. And in today's video we are going to see a very exciting tutorial video which will be inside Unreal. Yes, I'm going to make my first Unreal world building tutorial today and hope you will like it. So before starting, I would request, if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I'll request you to please do subscribe so that I'll get motivation to make more videos. Okay, so let's jump to screen and see how we can start. Okay, as you can see over here, I have my scene setup already I have done, and it's pretty basic setup. As you can see, I have few assets over here, and you can see the main thing. I have a Lord Ganesha Murti over here, which I'm going to give you to download, and few trees and few grasses over here. So many things I'm going to cover in this video. I will try to make this video as short as possible, but keep it in mind that it's not possible to create any world building or any scene within 15 or 20 minutes. So you have to spend time, right? So let's start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save all, and I am going to create new level, right? It's pretty basic. You can take any one. I'm going to take basic. I can take empty level, but I have to do all lighting setup as well. So I'm going to pretty basic. So we have our scene setup on first. As you can see over here, I have my directional light. I have my skylight or volumetric cloud. I have my sky atmosphere and directional light as well, right? So if you want, you can create it fresh or you can use it. Apart from that, we will be needing few assets which you can download from marketplace and probably on Quixel Bridge. So what I have, I'm going to show it to you. I have my tree setups over here. So you can go to marketplace and you can download Mega Scan Tree European Black Elder Early Access. It's free, and it's for 4.25, 4.75 to 5.1. So you can download it and you can add it to project, right? Another asset I am going to use, which will be this asset, right? So probably I can go to Mega Scan, or I can go to static meshes, and I have all my static meshes available over here as well, right? So I'm going to use these assets. So let's start. So you have to keep it in mind that you have your scene setup, like how you want to create your scene. So my current scene is like, I want to create a cave scene where I am having my Lord Ganesha statue, right? If it's possible, please try to sketch that thing in Photoshop and then you can start. But already I have done, so I know how I have to start. So I'm going to bring few assets like this. So I'm going to click this. So see, first thing first, what you need to do, you need to take care about scaling, how big you want to create your scene, right? So if I'm going over here in content browser, so in content browser, I have a character and mannequins. So I can go and I can choose mannequins as well. So I'm going over meshes, and might be I can choose this one. So probably this will be my mannequin, just to see how much bigger or how much vast I want to create my scene, right? Something like that. And yes, my cave will be very big, so I want to scale that thing. So I'm going to scale. Probably I'll start arranging things here and there. So it's all about how you are going to arrange your assets. So I'm going to rotate a little bit because I want my cave something like that, pointed. So might be I can rotate a little as well, something like that. It will be a good start. And I can hit W on keyboard and I can hold down Alt and I can just duplicate it, or you can use another asset as well. So it will be good for me to use another asset just for variation. And again, I'm going to Mega Scan, or probably in geometry, I have all my assets. Okay, so let me bring another asset, which will be, might be this. I can bring this. So yes, we have little variation. So be patient, because I'm trying to. So major part will be arranging your assets. So how you are going to arrange it, And I'll recommend you to please spend some more time to arrange your assets, because this is the base I'm going to create. Might be I scale in x-axis, y-axis probably, to give something, and might be I can duplicate that thing. And here I'm going to create my camera because it's pretty important. So I'm going over here and I have my cine camera actor probably, and I'm going to arrange it something like that. Might be little backwards. So it will be a good start. I think I'm pretty happy. And again, I'm going to rotate my assets a little just to give some variation. And might be I can select my cine camera actor and just to see what my cine camera actor is seeing. And probably I can import few more assets, like I can import this. Let's hit R, just scale it, and let's rotate it, right? Let's rotate it a little more and let's manage it, right? Now you can see my scene is taking shape, like I'm having few assets. So same way I have to create another wall. So might be I can duplicate it, or might be I can import another mesh. So let's import few more meshes, and I'm going to rotate it. Probably I can scale it little bigger, and I can rotate it, and it will be a pretty basic scene setup I'm doing. Yes, let's see through our cine camera actor. Now it's looking pretty nice, but you can see my camera is not placed in a correct way. So I'm going over here and I can select over here, and let's move our camera little backwards, and might be little backward, something like that. Few more assets I want to add. Might be I can add this asset. Right, and what I want to do, I want to add my ground, right? So there are two possibilities. I can add probably a texture to it, or might be I can add some asset. So I have few assets, right? I have this asset, so which is from Quixel Bridge. So I'm going to import it, and it's too huge. Can you see that? So I'm going to scale it. Obvious, I'm not going to use it as it is. If needed, I can rotate it. Yeah, I want to rotate this thing because I want this area to be covered, or might be this way I can rotate it, or might be I can scale it little more. It's all about how what you want, right? So I'm going to place it something like that. Right now my scene is taking place now, so it's pretty quickly I'm doing it. So I'll recommend you, or I will request you to please take your time and please do it, not to do it in hurry, because it's all about how you're going to place your assets, right? So might be I can take my mannequin and probably I can do this. Hold on Control and L if you want to change the lighting setup, right? Something like that. Probably light is coming from behind. And also, and what I'll do, I'll try to cover roof so that light will come in a very a little area, so that create a illusion that light is coming from some kind of hole or what, right? So I can hold on Control space bar, and might be I can import this asset, and I can scale it bigger because it's not going to visible. Now just jump to your camera, and as you can see over here, now I'm getting my lights only over here. Few artifacts are coming. It's not artifact, I have to, or I can lower it down, something like that. And now you can see I am getting my cave kind of structure pretty nicely, right? So if I want, I can manage this. See, so my structure is ready now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to arrange few more assets, but before that I am going to tweak my lightings, right? So first thing first, I'm going to directional light. As you can see, I have only one light source, not only, but I have skylight as well, and I have volumetric cloud as well. So apart from that, as you can see over here, these areas are pretty dark. So just select directional light, and in directional light, keep it in mind, you have to make your directional light to movable, right? And I'm going over here and I'm going to indirect lighting agar intensity. If I'm going to do 0, as you can see, it's getting black and black. And if I'm going to do it 10, so as you can see, so these areas are getting little light, right? So I'm going to keep it 3 or 4, might be 5, might be. Okay, so as you can see over here, if I'm going over here in dark, probably I can go to this place. And if I'm going to indirect lighting intensity to 10, as you can see, it's getting little light, right? So for now, I'm going to keep it 10, although I can lower it down anytime. Apart from that, I'm going to adjust my exponential height fog as well. And in exponential height fog, I'm going to enable my volumetric fog. It will create more realistic light spreads, right? If you want, you can change the density. Probably fog density is this much. If you want to increase it, you can increase it. Like I can do it 5. So this much fog you'll have. 3, this much fog. 2, can you see that? 1. So it's all up to you how you want your fog to be, right? And if you want to control fall off, you can control this as well, right? So probably I'm keeping it by default, and might be I can increase a little. And in directional light, if you want to change your volumetric scattering, right? Volumetric scattering, you can increase it as well, right? So what it will do, it will increase the fog intensity inside your directional light, right? So for now, I'm going to keep it by default. If you want to change the intensity, you can do it as well, right? So by default, I'm keeping it like 4 or 5 or 6, might be. This will be good. Approx 6. I'm keeping it 6, right? So these will be my setting for now. If needed, we can change it later as well. So apart from that, I'm going to add my main hero of the film, or Lord Ganesha Statue, right? So I have my Lord Ganesha Statue over here. So I have downloaded it from TurboSquid. I will give a download link to description. Just you have to do drag and drop. Just hit F to focus, and as you can see, by default it's coming like this. You can change pivot or axis while importing, or you can do it something like that as well. So now I'm going to place my Ganesha statue as per my requirement. So I'm going to scale it very big, something like that. And it might possible you can ask, so it's not matching as per your earlier footage or earlier whatever you showed, because I'm doing it in a different way. That's why it's not possible to match each and everything. So I'm going to scale it down little. So just go to your Cine Camera Actor, and if needed, I can scale it a little more. I want to show a huge Ganesha idol. So I can exit it, hit F, and probably I can rotate it a little like this, so that light will fall on this part. Okay, so might be I can rotate something like that, and I can go to Cine Camera Actor, and as I can see, I can place it somewhere in the middle, or else you can hold Alt and Control and just to change the lighting. Probably I want this kind of lighting, and might be I can rotate. So as you can see over here, I'm getting my light over here. So might be I can duplicate this and probably I can block this area as well. Now just see why. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Now next thing will be to add some sort of texture to my Lord Ganesha idol. So let's select it. Let's hit F. And what I can do, I can hold control and space, and might be here I can create one right click and I can create one material. Or what else I can do, I have one material, right? So I can go to over here and just switch off the static mesh, and probably in mega scan might be I'm having my material. So surface and rock cliff, that is the material which I have downloaded from Quixel Bridge. So just select, click and drag. So what will happen, it won't come as we want it, right? Because UDIMs are separate, right? So what I have to do, I have to align or assign my texture to my all the UV UDIMs, right? So probably it's looking pretty nice, but as you can see, scaling is not proper, right? So I can go and I can double click over here and your texture editor will open. So what else I can do, just see, I have here tiling and offset, right? So I can tile it. So by default it's 1 and 1. So this much tiling I'm having. So I can do 5 and 5 if you want, or you can tweak it as per your requirement. Just you have to save it and just close it. So now it's looking pretty fine to me, and I'm going to my Cine Camera Actor, and it's looking pretty decent, right? So as you can see, if you want, you can little scale it more, and might be I can place it something like that. So it's looking pretty nice to me. And what else we can do now, let's add some foliage to it, right? So for foliage, already I'm having few things, like I can go to static meshes, and here I have lots of foliages over here as well. As you can see over here, lots of foliages over here. So what I can do, I can go over here in mode, I can select to foliage, and what I have to do, I have to just drag and drop my foliage over here as well, right? So let's drop it. Might be I can do this. Let's select few foliages like this one, and might be this. You can add it as per your requirement, so it's not mandatory. Then I have to drag and drop one more time. So now it's done, and as you can see, I'm going to paint it over here, and as I'm going to paint, something is coming, right? So it's not perfect. So what I have to do, I'm going to select all by holding shift, and let's go over here, and here we have called min and max. So I'm going probably 0.2, and max height will be 2 or 1. Let's keep it 1. If necessary, we'll do it. We'll change it later, and might be I can reduce the brush size. I can change it anytime I want. So I want to paint with same density. So let's exit and let's move towards these areas. And I think my brush size is bigger. Let's paint it. So as you can see, I'm having my foliages as well. It's not perfect, but yes, you can do it. So I hope this is pretty self-explanatory. Again, I'm going to select mode and exit from here, from camera, and let's see what else can be done, right? So I think I need to add more trees, or might be I can add some variation of foliages as well, but I'm not going to work on foliage because it will take too much time, and I will recommend you to please spend more time to it, and you can set design your foliages as well, right? So for tree, I have few trees over here. So I can go to Blackadder, which I have showed you earlier, and here I have static meshes. So I have lots of tree. So first thing first, I am going to add some of tree behind. Like I want to add few trees behind so that the area won't vacant. So I'm going over here, hold on Control and Shift, and I'm going to, probably I can add this, right? See this big tree, and might be I can see through my camera, and probably it will be visible. Yes, tree is visible. Might be I can scale it down a little more. Okay, so I'll recommend you to please spend some more time. So what will happen automatically, you'll add some more trees. So already I have done it, so hopefully it's pretty easy to understand. So let me open my another scene. Okay, so by using same technique, I have created this scene as well. So as you can see, I have all my caves information and all my assets and all my trees. I have plates. So this is nothing fancy. You can, once you are clear what you want to create, then by the use of mega scan and by the use of marketplace assets, you can create very fantastic scene, something like that as well. So I have demonstrated pretty basic system, basic scene setup system over here, and if you think that I should make more videos like this, please don't forget to comment, and I'm hoping this video will help you. And if you think that this video is helping you, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this said, this is VFX Vibe signing off. Have a good day.